Hello there, tiddlywinks. So it's a new Dragonmaster pass with the brand new wooden warrior dragon, and so I will be hatching my new divine as we have this new Dragonmaster pass. Always have to make sure we're getting the most value out of it. So I actually have two new dragons for me to be hatching today. The first one here is of course Chrono Isis, who was the major award for the most recent Divine Fest and the final Divine Fest / major event. Very, very interesting egg, as in very, very decadent, all very colourful and everything. I'm not a massive fan of the design of Chrono Isis, if I'm being honest, but, you know, it's a dragon, can't complain. And it is a Divine Light and Void dragon. And the thing is, because it is a major award, as most of them are, it does also have exception stats, which means that Chrono Isis has a really strong bless, which is one of the reasons why a lot of people want to get hold of these particular exceptions, so that then with Wonder Acceptance you can have a really strong Divine Bless, and plus Chrono Isis also has Light, so it is useful, if only Void wasn't Void. So with enhanced magical powers, this dragon protects future fates and just about everything else from harm. This trainer can rest easy knowing the Chrono Isis dragon will be around. So a little PT here, I'm probably not going to use Chrono Isis, and I think the worst part about Chrono Isis this event was the fact that a lot of people would have benefited from taking Freya, and you don't want to be using double light. If you're ever going to use double AoE, use light plus fire plus energy. Like, you don't want to be using two light dragons, because light is a really strong AoE, but you can't really get your weak attack quest done very well with light, which is the reason why fire is so good in the dungeon. And energy, obviously you can remove shields, buffs and things like that. So all of the different area of effect attacks, which is what AoE means, they all have their different uses, but I wouldn't like to ever duplicate light. So it kind of sucks if you wanted to go for Freya and then manage to get Chrono Isis as well, for example, which that would have been a lot of good dungeon grinding to get 3 of them, but, you know, some people did it. It's just kind of sucks, because Chrono Isis, again, really strong dragon overall. Not as good as, I would say, you know, the ancient divines, but, you know, if you were really, really stuck, then Chrono Isis was an option. But I guess Chrono Isis will sit there in this habitat forever now, doing basically not an awful lot. But we have stuff to unlock on our Dragonmaster pass now. But before that, we have a second dragon to hatch, and this is actually Purple Thorn, who was available in the Dragon's Delight event last week. I didn't get Mountain Lord, I wasn't even going for it, I missed resets and stuff like that. But we did manage to get Purple Thorn at least, finally. Very cute baby, actually. I have to say, I was not expecting that baby to be so cute. But that is number 756. So we've been getting quite a lot of new dragons recently, which is nice. Why are you trying to window store me? No, I reject you, window store. So Purple Thorn dragons are known for being intense in nature. Their hard hides and spiky protuberances match their personalities. Funnily enough, they get their unique colour from their love of purple lemons. Or is it purple lemons? Purple lemons? I don't know, I've never liked the name for the food. I hate it. I hate the whole pronunciation of it. Makes me feel sick. Blah! Disgusting. Don't you agree? Or don't you agree here? The Purple Thorn? What a name. Here. Hello, here. You are here. Okay, enough. But yeah, I don't mind the design on Purple Thorn. I think I actually prefer it to baby Chrono Isis, definitely. Adult form Chrono Isis is okay, but not my favourite divine ever. Purple Thorn is okay. But another new dragon to add to never look at ever again. It does seem like they've been bringing out some of the rarer, air quotes, dragons in some of the recent events, which is nice, because some of those dragons haven't been re-released in a hot minute. So getting some of them to come out as Dragons of the Week and such, I have been benefiting a lot. Boxer and all of those kinds, so I am certainly not complaining, put it that way. But anyway, we have our new Dragonmaster pass. Like I said, we've got some energy, some decorations, we've got Hatching Relic, and then this new legendary, not really anything special about it, and to be honest, I don't like it at all, but it is a legendary plant and earth dragon. which means that it does have earth, but not useful really at all. If you're ever going to use a legendary, which I don't recommend, but you're probably better off just having one with like fire or energy, just to, again, get some of those dungeon tasks done. The shield on a legendary is just not going to be very good, so... You know, poor little wooden warrior, not a very nice looking dragon, not a very useful dragon. Overall, probably never going to look at it ever again. So, there is that. But of course, we've got our Primal Events still going on at the moment for a good while. We do have Dungeon, which, I keep forgetting to do it. I've got stuff to do and it's like, Dungeon, ew, stinky Dungeon. And then I get behind on my resets, and I've got Dragon City to do, and Dragon City is just more entertaining for my player level on there. You know, it's kind of dire. It is kind of dire. It does seem like we don't really have too much going on for the next month, which kind of sucks if you really wanted to do DML stuff, but I don't mind getting a break from like major events and such for a while. It's just... You know, for this month, we've basically just got mini events like Dragon's Delights, Cake Crazes, which I hate Cake Crazes, and the Primal event ongoing. At least the Primal event is easy, although I did already miss a reset. But we do have the Primal event after all, so, you know, could be a lot worse. We could have Cake Crazes every week, and I think if that ever happens, I may actually uninstall this game. But for now, we've got a very chilled time. This is the time to go and pick up some other games, maybe, you know, while the game's in its downtime. You know, if I had stuff to do in the game, I would do it, but at my player level, there's literally nothing to do. Like, what am I gonna do? Breed dragons I already have? Like, that's not interesting. Go do the map? I've already done the map. What am I supposed to do? Tragic. First world DML problems where you've got everything really that you need apart from enchantment mats and there's nothing left. So, yeah, I mean, I'm glad that I've got all the stuff that I have, but the game is very different when you've got, you know, 5+ team members compared to someone that's still making their way through the map. It just feels like for the older players for like the next month, there's not really a whole lot to do, which, you know, we'll see. We'll see if they change any of that up going forward in the future. But for now, all that we've really got to do with these dungeon resets that I keep forgetting about. Ugh. Disgusting. Absolutely diabolical. But, you know, there is a new dragon in the dungeon for me, which just depends on whether I'm actually going to log in for it or not. But, you know, overall, I hope that you've been having fun and getting everything that you need out of the events and such. I know that a lot of people at this stage now are putting together their teams based on the dragons they got from the previous event, and some people have made some big mistakes with their team. Others have been doing very well, but, you know, I know more than enough people that have decided to put a primal in their team and then didn't get a divine because they couldn't be bothered, and now they're asking for team advice, and I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. You had your chance. You didn't use your chance, and now you're asking me for team advice. I could tell you to go back in time, perhaps, and go and do the event that you just ignored. I know some people may just be brand new, but there are definitely more than a handful that just were like, yeah, well, getting divines is impossible. Let me tell you right now, every single player had to get their first divine or ancient at some point. Everyone. Because otherwise, nobody would ever get divines and ancients. So, it is possible for anyone to get them, even brand new players. Anyone can get divines. It's just, obviously, if you're a newer player, you're going to have to put in a little bit more effort than, say, someone that's got loads of team members. But, you know, don't get disheartened, especially if they keep the events in the same way as the most recent Divine Fest. The castle events in particular were a lot more forgiving this time. So if the new team, the new DML team, is going with a more, I guess, fairer approach for events like that, we should be good. We should be good. Don't assume anything though. Never assume. It could be much worse. I think I've heard that a few times recently, but I am not willing right now to hedge my bets on any particular approach that the game's going to go with anytime soon. but we can be hopeful, right? We can be hopeful yet realistic. I think that's the stance I'm gonna go with. Hopeful but realistic. I think that sounds good, to be honest. But I guess we'll keep doing more of these dungeon runs in a bit. I just cannot be bothered. It's like when you're busy doing stuff all day, then you sit down, it's like, okay, I'll go do some DML. Oh, no, it's dungeon. No, not gonna do that. Just me? Is it just me? Maybe not just me. But I do actually need to take some dungeon currency because I've been using a lot of it on island clearing. And plus, if we do ever get more premium sigil chests, we need to be able to afford them. So I need to rebuild up my reserves for now. So I'll do that other run in a minute. I can't be bothered right now. I think I may self-mutilate if I do that. But, you know, we've also got Food Frenzy on, so if you do need any, now is the time to try and get collecting it. But overall, I'm going to continue with our long, slow continuation of these events. Maybe we'll end up getting cheesecake, maybe not. We'll see if I can be bothered. But for now, I appreciate you joining me, and have fun, I guess.